Today I'm going to show you very simply how to make a bracelet using Tigertail wire, as I've just introduced it to my shop, Fizzyelements. This is the wire that I'm going to be using. It's about 0.4 millimeters thick, but you can get all different thicknesses. I find this is quite versatile as it works with many different gemstones, including little bracelets that tend to have very small holes. I've drawn a scale here, 7 inches, kind of standard bracelet size, for demonstration purposes. I've got a long piece of Tigertail wire. I'm just going to trim it to a few inches over the 7 inch, so we need some to finish each end. Just cut it off my snips. Using any sort of ring that you like, either a jump ring or sometimes I use split rings. Thread on a crimp bead of your choice, just for demonstration purposes. Again, these little gold ones, but I think they show up a bit better than the silver ones. So you thread that onto your Tigertail, thread it through your jump ring, and then just thread the Tigertail back round the jump ring and through the crimp bead. So you've made a little loop there. Push the crimp bead down towards the jump ring so it's nice and neat. Not too far down, otherwise there's no movement and that can actually weaken your bracelet. And this is just a very simple bracelet I'm showing you today. Now you can get a special plier for crimping this little crimp bead. I'm just going to use my ordinary pliers today, just for demonstration purposes. Squash that crimp bead nice and flat, so you can see that has sealed the jump ring onto the Tigertail wire. Looking at our scale, if we wanted to put a little charm in the middle of this bracelet. Now again, just purely so you can see the method, I'm just going to string on some simple gemstone beads into a kind of rainbow chakra design. I'm just going to start with a red bead, another red. If you're using that really thin Tigertail wire, it will actually go down inside the bead and that will give you a lovely, neat, strong finish to your bracelet. Red. Put some orange beads on here. Being a bit obstinate there. Red, orange, something yellow. I'm going to now thread on this little sun charm as it's near the middle of the bracelet. Green. Of blues, checking my length. Use a nice dark blue lapis for the indigo. And a couple of purples. And I'm not being very neat or exact about this because all I really want to show you is how we actually finish the bracelet with the Tigertail wire. So there we have our bracelet, and we want to finish it with our jump ring, making sure the jump ring's closed, or use a closed jump ring if you prefer. You can actually, with some of these clasps, you can actually wire the bracelet straight onto the clasp, which I think I'm going to do actually, just so that I can show you simply and easily. So once you reach the end of the bracelet, thread on your crimp bead. Some people like to put 2, just to be extra strong for the bracelet. Through either your jump ring or your clasp, and then loop the Tigertail back through the crimp bead, so you've formed a loop, and then just pull the Tigertail all the way through so that it forms a nice neat end to your bracelet. And then again, if possible, I like to try and thread a little bit of the surplus Tigertail back through one of the beads if you can, because it just makes it a little bit stronger. And you can just pull, again, not too tight so there's no movement. Get your plier, there's a slightly smaller one, and squash that crimp bead flat, and then you can go ahead and tidy up your Tigertail wire, trim it off, make sure it's tucked in neatly, and there you have a very simple little bracelet, just purely showing you how to use those crimp beads with your Tigertail thread.